Good morning and win today. My name is Leah from the United Kingdom, reporting for Not Mine the Choice TV. At the crossover night on the 31st of December 2022, the mind of God was spoken through God's servant, Prophet Paul David. The man of God gave a prophetic message concerning change in climate and natural disasters. These are his words.
Nature is fighting back. Climate change will affect many countries. Let's take care of our mother nation. Take care of your mother nature.
In this year, 2023, there has been an overwhelming number of cases reported affected by Mother Nature as a result of severe climate change and natural disasters. Let us watch some of the reports.
Earthquakes, floods, fires, storms, and drought. Natural disasters have ravaged many parts of the world on a scale not seen in decades. With this unprecedented rise, can countries alone deal with the consequences? And should a global agency be created? This is Inside Story.
Around the world, both rich and developing nations are facing the same challenge. While some wealthy countries readily offer aid to others, it often comes with conditions, most notably to provide political support abroad. International agencies like the Red Cross and UN branches often respond to natural disasters, but they're frequently stretched thin, dealing with disaster after disaster. Shortages of staff and supplies, it seems, are an ongoing problem.
We are still looking for victims. We call on all young people here in Libya, anyone who has a degree or any medical affiliation, to please help. We have a shortage of nurses. We need help.
Several natural disasters have happened recently. There is the floods in eastern Libya, where thousands have been killed following the heaviest rainfall in a single day in the past 40 years. There's also the widespread wildfires in Greece. And the recent 6.8 earthquake in Morocco cost many lives, with communities forced to start over. All struck within months. Then there's the emotional and psychological toll that cannot be measured.
We don't know where we're going to go, what we're going to do, where we're going to live.
At least 157 people are believed to have been killed in an earthquake in western Nepal. The shallow quake of magnitude 5.6 hit the remote hill district of Jajakot, which is about 500 kilometers west of Kathmandu. Strong tremors were felt in the capital and in Indian cities, including Delhi. Hospital officials in Jajakot say they were treating more than 40 injured people rescued from the rubble of their homes. Well, let's cross live now to the BBC Nepali correspondent Asha Dahal, who's in Kathmandu. And Asha, just talk us through the latest. What do we know?
The death toll from the midnight earthquake that hit western part of Nepal has reached 157, and more than 300 people have been injured in the incident. Our local correspondent, who has reached the worst hit area recently, told us that people are staying outside their home in cold weather as their houses is either cracked or collapsed, and they complain of a lack of tents for shelters and inadequate relief materials. Local authorities have urged people to stay outside for at least 24 hours as they are reporting minor jolts and aftershocks in the areas.
Thousands of people have been evacuated, homes and livelihoods destroyed, tourist holidays cancelled, and almost a week since they began, the wildfires on the island of Rhodes rage on. It's estimated that 10% of the island's land area has been ravaged, with firefighters and aircraft working round the clock. For one plane and its crew fighting another fire on the island of Evia near Athens, tragedy upon tragedy as the pilot loses control. Of international climatologists in a study by World Weather Attribution. It says current heatwave conditions in China, the United States and southern Europe are contributing to the hottest period on Earth since the beginning of human civilization. Conditions virtually impossible, they say, without the build-up of man-made global warming.
We don't believe it. All the islands burn.
In the Greek port city of Volos, cars are washed away like bits of debris. Heavy rainfall and floods are battering a region emerging from the European Union's largest wildfires on record. Extreme weather patterns, the Greek Prime Minister says, have become the norm for tourists, now an inhospitable disaster zone. Vast areas are in a state of emergency and evacuations are underway, hampered by damaged bridges and closed roads. Forecasters say a heat dome over Europe is causing high temperatures and resulting in extreme weather. Phenomena that can last for days, weeks, even months. This, they say, could become one of the worst floods in Europe in recorded history. Zain Basravi, Al Jazeera.
The deluge tore through the coastal city of Volos, destroying homes, businesses and infrastructure. More than 250 people have been evacuated from the city since Storm Elias struck on Wednesday, causing the Krasidonas River to burst its banks and plunging 80% of the city into darkness. Locals are blaming poor planning for making matters worse. The Greek government this week declared adapting to climate change a national priority. Neve Barker, Al Jazeera.
Temperatures have been soaring past 47 degrees in many parts of Niger for days. Granaries are bare and cattle are dying in Agadez.
We don't comprehend this heat. It hurts people and animals. Sometimes we bring cows to sell them at the market, and because of the heat, the livestock can't stand up.
In the Agadez area, which is a desert zone, the temperature rise is exceptional, often reaching 45 degrees. This is unbearable for biodiversity in general, like the plants and animals.
Volunteers racing against time as deadly fires rage out of control in Bolivia's Amazon region.
The fire's been relentless. There have been lots of losses. Many houses, pastures and crops have been damaged.
There's been almost 130 fire outbreaks this month, many of them caused by farmers clearing the land. But with the climate phenomenon El Niño hitting South America this year, temperatures are higher and droughts more severe. Unable to control the flames, Bolivia has appealed for international help.
We've already made contact with nations such as France, Chile, Venezuela, and Brazil.
Brazil is facing its own disaster, with fires destroying the Pantanal, the world's largest tropical wetland.
We expect the effects of El Niño to reach their peak in December, and we'll probably suffer the consequences until next April, with climate change making things worse.
The headlines on Al Jazeera this hour: at least 296 people have been killed after an earthquake struck the center of Morocco. The magnitude 6.8 tremor hit late on Friday evening. Rescue operations are underway, but large numbers of people are believed to be trapped under the rubble. The quake's epicenter was high in the Atlas Mountains, roughly 70 kilometers southwest of the city of Marrakesh, but shocks were also felt in the coastal cities of Rabat, Casablanca, and Essaouira.
Everyone here felt the tremors, and it sent us all into a panic.
We are all filled with fear, completely caught off guard by the sudden tremors. The signs were there, doors and windows shaking violently. Thankfully, we're relieved that the quake wasn't as powerful as it could have been.
Oh my God!
A powerful storm drenched New York with staggering amounts of rain and deadly flash floods. Just north of New York City, parts of the Hudson Valley saw once-in-a-millennium levels of rainfall. This was the scene in Highland Falls, New York.
Look at the people's doors!
Where a woman was reportedly swept away by raging floodwaters and drowned while trying to evacuate her home with her dog.
In Kenya's coastal city of Mombasa, people evacuated from a flooded bus on Friday crossed the street by holding onto a rope in chest-high water. Many, like this woman, couldn't move and begged the government to intervene. Since the rainy season began less than a month ago, heavy rains followed by flash floods have submerged towns across East Africa, rendering hundreds of thousands of people homeless. In Kenya, at least 46 people have died in flood-related incidents, according to the aid group Save the Children. As you can see from the situation here, everything has been damaged, this man says. Many people have been affected because of the rains. We elected leaders, but we can't see any help. With their homes submerged, some residents say the government is responsible for failing to unblock and repair drains.
Heavy rain accompanied by thunderstorms and strong winds lashed Dubai, United Arab Emirates, leading to flooding throughout the city, impassable roads, and significant damage to public buildings. Dubai police issued an alert warning the public to stay away from beaches and flood-prone areas. At the same time, the UAE National Meteorological Center issued yellow and orange warnings, raising awareness of severe weather conditions. In today's weather news, the National Hydrometeorological Center expected storms from medium to strong and will continue, leading to flooding with hail and strong winds stimulating dust and dewing. Dirty northern areas, such as the northern border and part of the areas of Hale, Alam, Medina, and Makkah.
La ilaha illallah. MashaAllah, Tabarak ar-Rahman.
This situation lasts to some other areas such as Jazan, Asir, and Makkah al-Mukarramah, expanding to Medina. While bad weather conditions continue, civil forces urge people to stay away from floodwaters and areas with risks of flooding.
Many people, families, the nations, the world at large has been greatly affected by the backlash of Mother Nature. Yes, we at Not Mine the Choice TV are praying for you. We offer our condolences, love and support. This is Leah reporting for Not Mine the Choice TV, bringing the will of God to the people, the nations and the world at large. God bless you and thank you.